See a container you can't open? Equip a pry bar. I thought I tried that. Let's go back and try that again then. I'm going to go meet Manana down by the gate and get his quest. Look at us running around now like a pair of pros. Let's see. Let's see. We want tools. We want the pry bar. Let's see. It says. Equip it. Let's try this out. Persuade the door to open. Do I want to try that? I'm going to persuade the door to open. 3% fail. Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric? Because getting physical wasn't an option? Because that wasn't an option? The Lieutenant looked startled. Using my body over my wits. Now is not the time to get philosophical, Detective. You can do that after hours. I can come back and try again later? Okay. It didn't cost me anything, so that was fine. We are done in this area, though, I think, now. Why does every English guy say mate? It's just an English thing. It's like it's like a friendly term for friend. That makes sense. Friendly term for friend. Familiar term for someone who's a friend. And of course, I have actually met TC, so yes, we're more than entitled to call each other mates. I wonder where the word first came from, though. I mean, at some point it's entered the English language in common use to mean that. But before that, I would assume that it was used to refer to the mother or father of one's children, as in your mate. I don't know. How did that then become your friend? That's interesting. Sounds nautical. I could be. Yeah, mates on board a ship. Do I want to try reading that again now that I've had a look at the other stuff? Browse through the folders. Continue. Anything interesting? Taking a look at the note. Continue. No. Okay. And that's good. I need to stock up on medicines because I've got to go all day. It's still early in the day. And there's plenty of time to die yet. First mate, second mate. There were ranks on some ships as well, weren't they, in some navies? The British Navy. I don't know if they use that rank system on the other one. Oh, I need to go and tell this big dude he's coming with me to get a body down. Everett,
promising race pupil returns.
Everett told you to help us get the body down from the tree. So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbour and used my superior to give me orders. I salute your cunning and will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands. You're so noble, Measurehead. There's a but. But, while I'm gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you. Let's see. Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that? Okay, let's just do it. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time. The trouble is, I want to... It's evidence in a murder investigation. Really, we should see what happens. But I don't think that's going to be an option. I get to chat up one of the attractive young ladies, though, maybe. You think the naval guys call them ratings? Ah. TC3 will know. Looks like Mr. Moneyshot is right. Ah, cool. Ah, well done, guys. The power of the internet has come to answer our queries. Measurehead's babe. The woman's gaze followed Measurehead as he leaves. She turns to you. So, you guys are like cops or something? Why are you with Measurehead? Look at him. He's craniometric perfection. Are you cops or what? We're just trying to keep things from going to shit. Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? The woman twirls her hair. I'm Katya, by the way. You hear that? The lieutenant looks toward the yard. That sound. He's breaking something. I think he's just snapped the tree down. Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it. I also wish I could see it. Scab leader. Look at you, RCM rent-a-cops. A loud voice booms in from below. Guarding that bridge like Everart's lapdogs. Is that where it's at now? The RCM is for sale. And who are you? The lieutenant fires back. What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you? Yes, I'm an unbelievably corrupt cop. I am corrupt every opportunity I get. Let's say that. Shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then... Oh, Kuno's laughing at the body coming down from the tree. Hey, Ragnus, you're back. What's going on with your birthday celebrations? Have I been streaming that long? Oh, quite long. Hope you're having fun anyway. The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth peering around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. Is there going to be a fight? Oh, he's back. I think he's snapped a tree in half. Or he's pulled the guy's legs off. We'll go and find out in a minute. The corpse has been removed from the tree. He brushes wooden flakes off his hands. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with race victory today. There's been no side choosing. We did what we had to do to keep order. But thank you for your cooperation. Farewell, ham sandwich. You're a union man from now on. Why could I not... Oh, I'm a union man now? Can I go and... I want to check that. Not while he's stood in the way, I can't. We should have a quick... Oh, whoa. Skill up time. Before I forget. I don't think I want to forget any thoughts. But it might be good to level something up. Logic is something we're struggling with at the moment. Visual calculus I could improve. Savoir-faire is terrible. Sneak under their noses, stunned with immense panache. Because I've got some bad trousers on that are hurting that, I think. This game made you think of John Wick? Really? Yeah. This style of game reminds me of the books you used to get where you'd read along and then have to make a choice. And then you would turn to a certain page to get the result and carry on with the story. I remember them, those choose your own adventure. Was it Jackson and Livingston that used to write those? I used to love those. I had quite a few. It was great. It'd be reading along and it says something like, you're in a cave with a strange smell coming out of it. The path forks left and right. Which way do you choose? Left. Turn to page 84. You wander into the gaseous fog ahead. It chokes you. You die. Okay, go back again. Left. Turn to page 26. You walk down the clear fork of the path. You see a goblin up ahead of you. It kills you with one shot. You die. Oh. Shouldn't have gone into the cave. There's 3 hours gone. Those were good. I used to love those books. Yes, of course. I don't know if I've said it on stream. Happy birthday, Ragnus. Sorry. I meant to have installed a sound effect that shouts that out as well. But that's still a work in progress, unfortunately. Right. Psyche is low. Volition has been working quite well. And I have liked this. That's quite good. Authority. I need to persuade someone of my authority. Let's level this up. I like the idea of leveling up authority. Let's go with that. And the special borscht, we need to check that out in the pub and open an apartment door. Or we're going to talk to the guy. Got the body down. Go and see what he's done. Get the boots. There's a lot to do. Sing karaoke at some point as well. Right, let's go. Right then, Mr. Manana.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
It was awful. You've been in there, he means. Talk to the boss man too, probably. Labour Utopia. It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. He notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. Any idea who killed the hangman? The mercenary, aye? He shrugs. Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? He shakes his head solemnly. The merc was hanged with a very specific type of a cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example. What a thought, he scoffs, looking shocked. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Pushed? How? Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. Hold up. What does that mean? He was an agent of the opposition attempting to undermine our honourable efforts. Did you kill him? I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organisations like our union have all sorts of men with all sorts of skills. It's a labour union, but it is in fact it's just a big organised gang of crime, isn't it? That's what it is. He's not lying about not doing it himself, so he's innocent. I want to push him. I so want to push him off that railing. He means a more violent faction easily take care of such a thing. Understood. The lieutenant takes a note. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you. No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search. Takes a sip from his flask. Everett said you have a key to a door. A key, huh? He runs his fingers through his moustache. What door is this key supposed to open? I was hoping you could tell me. Of course, I got you. You don't know anything. He taps the side of his nose with a little wink. Key to basement apartment. Don't know where that's going to be. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. I heard something about a weasel, and it didn't sound like a local polar weasel, if you know what I mean. Wink. Let's see. Let's go for that. Polar weasel? Oh, I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure he's actually Occidental, though. So you're going to be committing fracticide, my racist friend? Or fratricide. Oh, so that means the door belongs, or this apartment belongs to someone of my race. Because I think I'm Occidental. It's so hard following these races in this game. I have no idea which is which. How was the cake? Yeah, how was the birthday cake? Was it good? It is very important. You live streamed as a birthday stream and played some Need for Speed? Cool, hope you enjoyed it. You want to watch Frostpunk stream on Friday? You love those types of games which allows to design an area? Yeah, I can't wait to play Frostpunk. I absolutely love it. It's such a good game. So rewarding, so interesting to play. Really like it. Okay, but where did you get the key from? The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that truly matter. His gaze wanders off into the distance. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? He doesn't wait for your answer. To feed our children, I guess. Anything else I should know about this task, this weasel person, when he'll be home? He shakes his head. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am. Who you are. What are we fighting for? Which chocolate is best? The man takes a big sip from his flask. He means he's not going to tell you because he doesn't know. But he will shoot mouth with you, and now that you're working for Everett. Who he is and what they're fighting for? This is interesting. Ask him about the Hardy Boys. Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys? Los Hardys? He smiles. They're an independent militant group, a bit too high-strung, but it comes with a responsibility. And they're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that, except it's Everett's law. Takes a big swig from his flask, but really, they're just like you. And why are you striking? We're negotiating our share. Your share? Aye, he seems pleased with himself. How large a share would you like? All of it. However, right now, we want all the harbour workers to be on the company's board so they can take part in the decision-making process. And that's clearly not going to be accepted. Clearly. You got Frostpunk as well, but you messed up so bad. All your people got sick and I had not enough people to do all the work. That's kind of why I restarted my playthrough. I'm glad I did, because I learned so much about it in the first bungled attempt. Not that it was bungled, but I think it was going to be hard to finish that. So I really enjoyed the second go at it. And you Surviving Mars. Now, I've got that game, but I haven't played it. So would you recommend it, Ragnus? You got overpopulated and ran out of food. Everyone died. Yeah, that's always a risk. This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labour camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist. The boss man, Everett, what can you tell me about him? I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. He shrugs. In my eyes, he's a capable organiser and a decent businessman. What does bossing the union entail anyway? I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbour, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own. By that you mean corruption. By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish. Actually, that desk and his immense bulk seemed pretty lavish to me. He's reasonably lavish, sure, that's his prerogative, but it's not like you want a saintly demeanor? A saintly demeanor on that corrupt mother. That would be a manipulative illusion. I struggle with some words in this, not because that is a hard word, because not half the words, but a lot of the words they use are in French. And a lot of the words they use are these races that don't exist outside of this game. So I fall over even simple words as well. It's a challenging read, is this? I got the DLC for Surviving Mars. Didn't someone say that was just not ready yet, or it's just not that good? Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all. Interesting theory we're getting into here. This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today. Are you a communist? No. He pauses to think for a moment. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying, I want it all to myself, is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are, I can't and I shouldn't. That's true. Cool, I don't have anything to add to that. None of the above kind of man. No harm in being that. You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. He spreads his arms wide, using the reach to show how much time he has. Fortunately, there's always time. The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding for him. Having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine Cool. What the hell is that? That of a noble peasant or a travelling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends. Well, that makes more sense. Doesn't sound that cool. Sounds antiquated, obsolete, passé. It's not disco. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide, and it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider, if need be, an endless torrent of time. Gotta run. Rhetoric. Hey, psst. Who, me? Yes, you. Word on the street is, you're ready to start building communism again. How come there's word on the street? You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomise the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs, that kind of stuff. Oh, right. Actually, I haven't said anything like that. Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it. You're about to rip off that mask of social democracy and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind. Good God, there's a lot of bloody stuff in this game. Everyone can see that, so tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder, or do we get right down to it? I don't think I want to go down the communist route. Opt out. It's too tiring. I don't have it in me. I'm beat down and broken. Very well, I guess no one will build communism then. Tell the working man it's over, unless anyone has objections. Did someone mention cocaine? Are we doing cocaine? No? I'm sure I heard someone say cocainism. Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one? There's no one. Okay then. Lie down and let the water carry you downstream. Goodbye, communism. Yeah, we'll leave communism to someone else. Hey, Psycho Undercover. No more World of Tanks? I have not played World of Tanks. Well, I tell a lie. I played 6 games of World of Tanks about a month ago, and that was the first I'd played in about a year. And I promptly uninstalled the game, so no. World of Tanks is not my thing anymore. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, let's see if we can have just a quiet spell with not too much epic text reading while my voice recovers for a moment. And I still want to go and talk to these guys, maybe.
to work! Right
Nothing.
to work!
There's also a guy we're looking for somewhere down this traffic jam, I think, with a slightly worn shoe on one side. Perhaps it's further down here where we haven't been yet. Could it be this person? Pale driver. The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays. Nothing to do here. Not her, then. There was someone else, I think, that we saw in this traffic jam. I did try Destiny 2, but so far I've only played like the starting zone, initial choosing your class, and the bit of tutorial it gives you. I quite like the look of it, and I like the feeling of the guns. The guns felt so much better than a lot of other shooters I've played lately. So yeah, I'd quite like to play a bit more of that at some point. Anyone knows which brand is better for SD cards for phone? Samsung or SanDisk? I've used a lot of SanDisk stuff for cameras and not had any trouble with them. I dare say that they're all absolutely fine. Just make sure you pick one that's the right speed for your purposes. Oh yeah, we're going to go and look at this body, aren't we? So let's see what's happened. I really want to talk to her, but I don't have to get up there. I suppose that will become apparent later. The body's down. Kuno. Well, let's go on Kuno's little shit show. We're going to have a look. Ooh. Convince Kim there's a sexy dark mystery twist in the case. Oh, I don't want to talk to you. Nothing. Leave. It's the body. It was the body, man.
You missed a good show before. A kift came by, completely fucked a tree to pieces.
A kipt.
He fucked the tree up. Fucked it good. It was porno.
The guy's knocked the tree down with his bare hands by the sound of it. Stop using the K word. It belongs in the past. Total retards use language like that. Congratulations, Kuno. You've just made yourself a retard. Oh yeah, kids, not an approval. But don't you mean desert kipped? Joining the racism. This is all so superficial, kids. The race mystery runs deeper than you could ever understand. Wish I could have been here to... Let's stay out with the whole racism thing. Wish I could have been here to see it. Now, I have some questions. I can't buy his pants. And I'm off. The hanged man. The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid by one side. Yeah, he got the tree. Beautiful. Wipe a tear from your eye. Well, it's down. Celebrate in a more reserved manner. Task complete. Mr. Measurehead has done a good job, Lieutenant nods approvingly. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. A field autopsy? New task, perform a field autopsy. Yes, he covers his nose and lists 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We're on number 3. The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual. Kuno. What are they on about? Cop's going to cut his shit up. Don't we have someone else for this? A doctor? Don't we have someone else to cut his shit open? Oh, we gained experience. Excellent. We might save this because we might need it for this test somewhere. These dialogues are amazing. Some of them are good, but you can't hear the voiceover again. I don't think you can anyway. But there's not enough voice acting in this. I'd like more. You went with SanDisk for the discs? I did them as well. Just because they were cheaper when I was buying them mostly, but I've been happy enough with them. Yeah, Samsung do make good SSDs. Expensive ones, but good ones. It's not about cutting. He squints at the corpse. And no, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain from autopsy to cleanup. To social work. Wait, honorary rank of detective? An honour and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of fieldwork. Mine is lieutenant detective. Yes, I feel like a detective. You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now, The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. Oh, it's quite good. It's quite good. What exactly is a field? Is that on number 1? Yes, it is. Field autopsy. Come on, officer. He pulls on a pair of latex gloves. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. What you do know is at 18.9 kilometres, the dormant shield volcano Corpus Mundi is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single Et Puis d'Orsang to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea. Do you have another pair of gloves? Unfortunately, no. I have gardening gloves. Maybe they're enough. They're better than nothing. Lieutenant looks at the gloves. Tell you what, perform the anatomical side of things. I'll perform the anatomical side of things while you take notes. We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger. That's right, he nods. Open your ledger at the field autopsy form. The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with... Begin. 1. Let's jump to the 3-part bit. Let's do it properly. Let's do this right. 1. Assistant. That's you. Write the initials. Write Harry Dubois. I'm accepting my name now. The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings. Just lies there. The next box says coroner's case number. He just reels that off and knows it. Okay. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials. Write it down. Next, name. Not applicable. Next, date of birth. Not applicable. Age. The man corrects his glasses. Roughly 50. Try 40. The damage is so extensive it's better to err on the young side. I'm going to write 42. He nods. Race. Mondile. I have no idea what the Mondile race is. I don't know. I don't know whether it's supposed to be fair-skinned, dark-skinned, different coloured skins, short, tall, fat, dwarfish, elvish. I have no idea. Fair to olive-skinned. Mediterranean then, maybe? From the Iola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. I'll write down whitish. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither Mondile nor anything other. Sex. This is where I write, yes please. Kuno S. The little monster exclaims energetically. Effie, Effie. Male. I want to write yes please. I want to write yes please. Right, pig's going to have sex. Right, male. Nor does he look male with his pregnant belly and his indistinguishable face. Date of death. We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? He looks over your shoulder. 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. Case number is the same as the coroner's case. Hey, Waverley, you can do it. We'll keep our fingers crossed that we get to the bottom of this case. How are you doing anyway? How's things with Waverley? Evidence of treatment. None, at least not after the initial examination. What exactly is treatment anyway? Hang on, I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over? They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dock workers. He places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in preparation. Composure. Your central nervous system recognises this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature. A holdout from pre-Delorian burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform, then... Somewhere in Jamrock North, a small woodshed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach put his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside. Light drizzle. There's darkness in the shed. It's like a flashback. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, his silhouette ball-like against the window. Outside, Grand Curon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Torson. Hand extended, he approaches to make sure she is dead more than anything else. These are all memories flooding back, I think. You ordered a 128GB Samsung SSD for the computer, I guess? I always like 240s as a minimum size for SSDs. just because it gives you a bit more room to play with on there. I think I've got a Samsung NVMe 500 gig in this, but I got lucky and found them on a sale at one point. Shivers. This is a skill that I don't think I've used before, or a sense that hasn't come into it before. The building is tall, 7 stories, wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident, the small one. So we're remembering 2 deaths, and this is our memory or our senses coming back to us, I think, for this incident. Seeing this has triggered this flashback. And this is like knowledge and background knowledge of police work, this esprit de corps. And so all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath. Okay, stations of breath being the little religious thing you carried out of a mark of respect. We should start the post-mortem. Turn the page. I'm going to take a drink at this point.